What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Before we actually get into the general price, I want to compare XRP to the average altcoin in the markets right now, right? The way we do this, we do XRP USD and we compare it to others. Others is the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10, right? So no XRP. This we'll do on a crypto, just all-time history aspect. So what this is, essentially, this chart is XRP versus the altcoin market, okay? When this chart goes down, XRP is not necessarily losing dollars. When this chart goes up, XRP is not necessarily gaining in value. It just means that if altcoins are pumping, XRP is not pumping as hard. If altcoins are pumping, XRP is pumping harder. If altcoins are dumping, XRP is dumping more. You know, it's just losing value or gaining value versus the average coin is essentially what this means. If we're looking at this on a daily aspect, okay, maybe even a weekly aspect, I should say. We look at this for what it is, and we take an overall high to low here. You can see that we've just skimmed the 1272, okay? The 1272, all of these values are at zero, and that's because XRP is worth like dollars, while the others' total market cap is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, so that's why it's at zero. Relative XRP relative to the total crypto market cap, of course, it's going to be very small in comparison, but all this is, all that to say, relative to the movement still, reaching for the 1272 and then pulling back to the 100, it's a very, very positive sign. So what this tells me, at least on a weekly aspect, is that we are in the midst of a move that likely is not finished, okay? We moved up, we moved sideways, and then we moved up again. We're moving sideways. I would expect we move up again. And in fact, oftentimes these moves do come in 3 phases up with 2 consolidation phases in the middle, right? And I'll show you what I'm talking about here, right? I want to get this fib back on there, high to low. High to low there. If you look at this, what Elliott impulse wave, right? It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The way that it works is that you take the beginning of your impulse, which the impulsive count would have started here. That's an impulsive move. This is not an impulsive move, no sir. This is an impulsive move right here. 1, and then your consolidation phase, 2, 3, your third wave up, 4 right here, whatever you're consolidating, and then your 5th leg likely takes you, if not to your 1414, at least the 1618, something like that, or higher. Now, being that these are all valued at 0, that's not really something we can quantify, but TradingView thankfully just has the numbers in there already. So if we look at the current value going up, you know, from 0.000 all the way up to 0.000, likely you're going to gain about 37% to 22% versus the average altcoin. 22 to 37% on this next move. We're on a weekly aspect. The way that this fib looks to me, everything about it, it does not suggest that you're done here. You could go lower, of course you could, but again, one impulsive move up, 2 waves consolidation. 3 waves, impulsive move up, 4 waves, consolidation. 5th wave, you generally have 5 waves in these impulsive moves, and it looks just, I mean, look up impulsive wave, 5 count on Elliott wave theory. Look up Elliott wave theory, impulsive waves, to tell me they don't look exactly like this, you know what I mean? And I'm not the best, I'm not the most well-versed with Elliott wave theory, but I am familiar with it to a certain degree. I'm very confident that this was the beginning of an overall impulsive count. It's acting very much like that, and that would suggest XRP has at least one more leg on a multi-week, probably multi-month basis, that it gains value more than the average altcoin. So what this means, and generally speaking, actually, what we can do, we can even compare this with others, just so we can observe it, right? New price scale. So others, the red line now, this is the average altcoin. So whenever this is moving up, this is the average altcoin gaining price. Whenever it's moving down, that's the average altcoin losing value, okay? XRP, as we can see, let's see, hold on now, right? Whenever others was moving up, XRP was moving up as well, right, this whole time. And then even actually, XRP continued to move up while others moved down. I'm assuming that while the average altcoin moved down, XRP wasn't gaining ground still. It just probably wasn't losing grounds. And we can see that here, XRP USD, crypto, it's just moving sideways. A lot of cryptos in this time, they did not see something that was a sideways move. They've corrected back quite a ways, right, since their November, December highs. XRP is just chilling, right? It even went higher in that amount of time. So So what I'm thinking now is that while altcoins are probably here at the others, they're probably getting ready to move higher. We have higher lows, higher highs. We're getting ready to move higher in the markets. The average altcoin is going to move higher. XRP is just going to move that much more. It's going to move again. I think it was what, 22%? What was it that we established? 37 to 23%. Okay, 23 to 37% more than the average altcoin. Okay, so others, what I'm expecting in this same amount of time is that the average altcoin moves up, maybe to its 1272, maybe to its 1618, maybe even up more than that. To the 1272 is a 100% move. That's kind of small in my opinion. To the 1618, that's 154%. Now we're talking, but you're at new all-time highs. I would assume that the average altcoin from a high to a low here on the last cycle highs to the bear cycle lows here, I would assume we move up to here, which is right at the 1886. A lot of cryptos do like to move up to their 1886 and their 2272 areas. So truthfully, the average altcoin by the end of March on this next move, I would expect is going to move up 200% to about 300%. Just above 200, just below 300, or if not actually just above 300. So 210 to 310%, whatever. That's how much the average altcoin is going to move from their current price. Looking at XRP, or not XRP, but looking at XRP and others, comparing the chart here, we've already established that this chart likely grows in value by a degree of about 23% to 37, 38%, something like that, right? So if the average coin is going to grow 210 to 310%, might it make sense then that XRP grows 250 to 350%, somewhere in that range, right? From this current price, 250% would be basically $8.64. And hey man, we've got price targets there, right? We take the all-time high to that bear cycle low that we had in 2020, March 2020 COVID crash. Your $8.37 is right there at the 1272. I mean, that would be if you moved up, if the minimum or if the average that altcoins moved up was at that minimum target area, which would be about a 210% move, and XRP saw something of like a 30% more increase or a 20% more of an increase, something around this 1272, something around $8.30 would actually make a lot of sense. If the average altcoin moves up 310% and XRP moves up 20 to 37% more than that, we would expect to see something that's greater than $10, probably around 11 to 12 bucks. And what else is around 11 to 12 bucks? Well, if we take this high here, the last cycle high to the bear cycle low there, we've got the 1886 to the 200 area lining up pretty well with this 1414 as well. So we've got multiple reasons to believe. You guys, I've been telling you this whole time, and this is why I started off the video this way, is because I keep shaking my hand. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to wave at you. I've started my video off talking about others and XRP for a reason, right? Because over the past, I don't know how many days now, maybe over the last week or two, maybe even longer than that, since we've consolidated up here, we've been talking about 641 as the minimum target. And it took me a while. The measure move of this bull flag, by the way, we haven't even gotten into that. But the measure move of this bull flag would basically take you up to $11 as well, right? Lining up in congruence with the kind of areas that we're talking about here. But we've been talking about 641 is the minimum. It took me a while to accept that $11 was even a possibility, right? Even though that was your measure move, I was thinking we probably don't reach that high. But the more that I look at this, the more that we compare it to what the other coins are doing, and even just what you're doing here, using Elliott wave theory, using whatever, just looking at the fibs, it makes all the sense in the world that you probably don't go anywhere near $6.41. I think the minimum really should be $8.37, right? When I say you don't go near it, I don't mean that in like a you miss it. I mean you're not going to go near it as in you're not going to stop near it. You're going to blow through it. You're going to at least see, you're at $2.47 now, $2.47 now. The average altcoin is going to move up 200 to 300%. You're going to move up on average maybe 250 to 350. 300 to 400%. You're going to move up whatever the average altcoin does. You're going to do just that much, that little bit more, and that little bit more at a minimum would put you at 837, at a maximum something around 11 to 12 bucks. Maybe not 13 bucks, but 11 to 12 bucks is what I would rationalize with that, which is awesome because that whole analysis, all it did was validate the same area but with a more refined range, and that range of, right, the whole area we dealt with was this, right? This is what we assumed to know was this area. The analysis we've done in this video, it took this range and it basically cut it in half, right? That's, and truthfully, it cut down the top side a little bit too. Probably brings it down to about like here, right? This kind of area, but still, that's nice. That's nice. You've got a more broad range to expect, maybe some less expected stuff, but this more expected range, something between, I would say, about $12 to $8.37, I think is a very strong likelihood to happen by the end of March, which I think we're beginning that move probably now. By the end of this month, I think we will begin this move. I want to do some short-term analysis and just get into that before we end the video. 1 hour RSI looks good. Getting overbought, not getting oversold. Getting deeper into the overbought zone, having shallow bounces off the oversold zone. I like it. You did reject the overbought zone here, which is not ideal, but you're finding support on the 60. I think if you were to go lower, you would have done it already, is all that's telling me. So looking at the 1 hour time frame here, yes, same kind of idea. You found resistance right here. I think if you were to go lower, you would have done it already. Instead, you've been encroaching on slightly higher prices, staying in these strong areas, strong readings in the RSI. I very much believe you're going to go higher. You're probably just consolidating, getting ready to break through this high here. So what are you going to do today? Today, I would assume you're moving higher. Not financial advice, not your financial advisor, but just to let you know, I think XRP is going to outperform the average altcoin over the coming month. So if you want a nice, safe bet in XRP that also performs well, if you're asking when is a good time to buy, not financial advice, not your financial advisor, but probably now, 247, 258. Anything below $3, probably a fair time to buy. Honestly, if we've got targets that are at $8, man, I mean, hey, below $4, right? You're doing pretty well at that rate. In one of the safest, most likely assets to grow over time in crypto, anyways, right? There's not many cryptos that have longevity systematically ingrained in its DNA, but XRP definitely has that. It'll be here next cycle. It'll be relevant next cycle. You know what I mean? So secure. It's a secure bet that will likely pay out above what the average altcoin's doing. Okay. When you move above this high today, by the end of the day, I would expect you see prices. You're at 247 now, so something about 10 cents higher, 258 to 265 probably comes online by the end of the day, if not higher. If you see some kind of XRP explosive move, you can. This thing only likes to move at one pace when it comes to the upside, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if you were at higher targets than that. But something above 260 probably. Something below 280 probably by the end of the day. You're at 247 now. I got nothing else for you guys. 4 hour time frame looks good. 1 hour time frame looks good. The daily looks a little bit lackluster, but you're also in this consolidation phase. All you got to do is really get above 253, which I think you'll do today, and then things will start to come alive. I think you're going to do that today. 3-day time frame looks chilling, looks fine. 3-day RSI is actually at a really nice place to bounce right here, right? With all these higher lows coming in line right there. Really nice place to bounce, I think. Weekly RSI, same thing. Same thing here, right? Connecting these lows. And it's not at that low per se, but you're also finding support. Instead of on the diagonal line, you're finding support on this horizontal line here at previous areas of resistance, resistance there, support there, resistance there, you know. So I think this is a fine area to bounce. I really do believe XRP is about to get going. I would assume that by the end of this week, not only are you higher, but going into next week, you might be reaching for new all-time highs. Certainly going into next month, I think you'll be doing that. 837, 834, that's the minimum target. $12 just above there, that's the maximum target. I like a nice target right around 10 to $11 personally. I've got nothing else for you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If the question comes to mind, is it a good time to buy XRP? The answer, of course, is yes. Not financial advice, not your financial advisor, but yes, I think it very much is. Take it easy. Bye-bye.